The Donbas strategic offensive was the second of two strategic operations of the Soviet Red Army on the Eastern Front of World War II, with the goal of liberating the Donetsk Basin, or Donbas, from the forces of Nazi Germany. The Donbas operation began on 13 August 1943 with the offensive of the right wing of the Southwestern Front. These troops forced the Donetsk River and, advancing along the right bank of the river, helped the Steppe Front with the liberation of Kharkiv. On the 16th of August, the Southern Front troops went on the offensive and broke through the German defense on the Mius River. Between 25th August and the morning of 27th August, the Soviet forces paused briefly for ammunition and supplies to be brought up. Despite this apparent opportunity to reform the line and withdraw west at best speed, General Hollidt was unable to secure approval, with dire consequences for the 29th Corps. The 27th saw the Soviet assault renewed in earnest, and quickly it became apparent that 6th Army was on the verge of collapse. Desperate fighting was had all across the front, but men of the 2nd Guards and 5th Shock Armies forced their way forward. On 30th August, Taganrog was liberated in combination with a naval operation. Meanwhile, the 13th Panzer tried to re-establish contact with the isolated corps, but to no avail. By 31st August, the 6th Army made a new attempt to relieve and withdraw the remaining men in the pocket. With the 17th Panzer Division leading the way, and with support from the 3rd Gebirgsjäger Division, a tenuous connection was made with the 29th Army Corps. Quickly, and under remorseless Soviet artillery fire, the pocket was swiftly evacuated just south of Kharkiv. The 15th Luftwaffe Field Division alone suffered heavy casualties. As Army Group South was threatened with dismemberment and destruction, Hitler finally allowed Manstein to withdraw across the Dnieper on 15th September. On the 1st of September 1943, German troops had already begun to retreat on the entire front in the Donbas. On 5 September, Soviet troops liberated Horlivka and Artemivsk, now Bakhmut, and on 8 September, the largest Donbas city, Stalino. During this time, the southern wing of 1st Panzer Army had difficulty remaining in contact with the retreating elements of the German 6th Army. By the 6th of September 1943, this section of the front had been broken apart by continual fighting and Red Army pressure. After the fall of Stalino, Manstein was forced to continue his retreat to the Dnieper River, all the while under heavy pressure from Soviet tank and mechanized units. On 9th September, however, an opportunity presented itself to 1st Panzer Army. The 3rd Guards Army, in particular the 1st Mechanized Corps, was overexposed in the gap between the German armies and had not properly protected its flanks. A Kampfgruppe was quickly formed from elements of the 23rd Panzer Division and 16th Panzer Grenadier Division that struck the 1st Mechanized from the north and south. In the course of 3 days, the gap had been successfully closed, with the majority of 2 Soviet corps now behind enemy lines. Unfortunately for the Germans, this victory could not be exploited to its fullest extent, and the retreat westward continued. During the withdrawal, Manstein ordered scorched earth actions, and Soviet partisans hampered the retreating German army.